Absolutely, that interests me. It's funny how he's saying this now, but you can go look at some interviews literally right before our last fight, and there was plenty of times where they say, "Would you fight Brian Norman Jr.?" And he kept saying, "No, no, no." Would you do it for a title eliminator? No. The only way he would do it is, of course, if he has to, pretty much.
Yeah.
So now, or whatever. Of course, I'm a quiet man. I don't do nothing until I do my interviews or something. So of course, he gonna go on the internet and try to go slap crazy or whatever, but. I just fought on his card, and I
Mm.
had the best fight on his card in his city. I'm the only one that scored a knockdown, not even a knockout. I'm the only one that scored a knockdown on his card. So that says it right there. I'm here to handle business. I ain't here to do the internet talking. So he can have all that kind of stuff. I'm here to do the real business with the
Mm.
businessman.
Yeah, because he later went on Instagram Live and he was kind of crashing out on Instagram Live and he was sort of going at Haney and he said, "Oh, they picked Norman Jr. because he sucks and this and that." Like, I don't know if you had a chance to see that or have any response for what Keyshawn was saying there.
Yeah, I seen all of that. I mean, that's what he is. He'll crash out. I mean, he can't control himself. You know what I'm saying? With the whole now here Albright situation, just because he beat up your brother, you gonna crash out on him or whatever.
Mm.
Like, what's up with it? You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
just a crash out. He don't know how to control himself. So I mean, if he's serious about business or whatever, of course, I'm right here.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, if Devin Haney ends up deciding to vacate his title, ends up deciding to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, if that fight actually really happens, and if not, if Devin Haney decides to fight Shakur Stevenson at 144-pound catchweight bout, if he decides to do that, I won't be as mad. Why? Because I think I just found a more interesting fight for Keyshawn Davis that I really want to see. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to see Keyshawn Davis fight Devin Haney, get a chance at him before Tank or Shakur does. Highly anticipated fight right there. But we all know what's going down with Devin Haney right now. There's two other fights out there that would absolutely be huge as well, any way he goes. Now, Keyshawn Davis. This is a man who 2 weeks ago went live on Instagram, was going off on Devin Haney, calling the man a dud, raging out because, possible negotiations with Shakur Stevenson. Keyshawn Davis explaining, "I'm your mandatory. Why you gonna fight Shakur? The dude ain't even in your weight." I mean, Keyshawn's veins were popping out. He was going off, but during that interview, he brings up Brian Norman Jr. and starts disrespecting him, saying that the man sucks. Now, to those accusations of Keyshawn Davis saying that the man sucks, I just want to let you guys know right now. I remember True School Sports going up to this man and asking him about a possible Brian Norman Jr. fight. And what did Keyshawn Davis say? He said it's a dangerous fight and that y'all gonna have to definitely pay me very, very well because currently I'm chasing world titles and that's a risky fight. The dude didn't say that the man sucks. If y'all don't remember that, I got it right here for you. The receipts.
On your undercard, you got Brian Norman Jr. fighting there.
Yeah.
Is that a fight that would interest you at all? Former champion?
Me and Brian?
Brian Norman Jr., yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah?
But I ain't gonna lie, if I move up to 147, I want a belt, bro. That's like a big ass risk for me I don't have to take.
Yeah.
So if I do something like that, it gotta make financial sense and it also gotta make sense for my legacy.
Wow. Keyshawn Davis 2 weeks ago, like I said, decided to have that rant on Instagram Live. And Brian Norman Jr. has officially responded to this man. Former WBO welterweight champion of the world, 29 wins. I believe 23 wins coming by way of knockout with only one loss. Was undefeated before November 22nd's world title clash with Devin Haney. Devin Haney moving up to 147 pounds for the first time in his career, getting the victory, even knocking down Brian Norman Jr., who was head trained, coached by Brian Norman Sr., his father, who we've all established now. We've all learned now that both of those men are completely two different types of people. Brian Norman Sr. is toxic for a guy like Brian Norman Jr., who is now training with Ronnie Shields. Guys like Earl Spence Jr., Jamal Charlo with an A. Brian Norman Jr. bounced back with a win over Franz Wagner in his last fight. May 16th, co-main evented. 2. Guess who the main event was? Keyshawn Davis versus Nahir Albright, the rematch. Both of these fighters are signed on the top rank. It's a fight that can actually happen. So Brian Norman Jr. responds to this man and calls him a crash out. Crash out, boys. Dean the Great, AB, that's who you are. Brian Norman Jr. says, let's make the fight happen. Let's set it up. He's happy to fight somebody like Keyshawn Davis. The demeanor that he was giving off in that interview was that he wants the action with Keyshawn. He's calling Keyshawn a liar. Saying 1 minute, you're saying you don't want to fight me. Hey, if it's a title eliminator fight, you don't want to fight me, this and that. And now, you want it? What's up? Bruh. And I'm telling you right now, dude, I absolutely love this. We all know what's going down with Devin Haney, the WBO welterweight champion of the world, who just beat Brian Norman Jr. to get that title. Still hasn't fought since November 22nd. Devin Haney, like I said, is in talks with guys like Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson. But Mr. Gustavo Olivetti, from the WBO president, literally said that they are getting ready to order that fight. Keyshawn Davis being the mandatory #1 ranked fighter in the WBO 147-pound division. They're getting ready to order that fight by the end of June, early July. So, if Devin Haney ends up deciding to go through with a fight like Gervonta Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson, 144-pound catchweight bout, and vacate this title, I would love to see Brian Norman Jr., because he is a former WBO welterweight champion, give this man an opportunity against Keyshawn Davis for the vacant title. Tell me that's not exciting right there. The stylistic matchup, skills in Keyshawn Davis with explosiveness coming from the lighter weight classes compared, not as much professional experience, 15-0, but I believe is the higher skilled fighter than Brian Norman Jr. 29 wins, 1 loss, more professional experience. Definitely didn't have the amateur background that Keyshawn Davis had. You look at both fighters, you say Keyshawn Davis is probably the more skilled fighter, but we all know Brian Norman Jr. has skills himself and also possesses punching power. Look who he's training with. Bro, this is an absolutely fan favorite stylistic matchup that I actually hope happens. I want you guys to let me know in the comments what y'all think about this matchup. I love the back and forth. Brian Norman Jr. officially responds to the man and calls him a crash out. Bro, I'm telling you, if Devin Haney doesn't want to fight Keyshawn, he goes somewhere else and they vacate their titles, it ain't looking as bad as I thought it was, as long as they put Brian Norman Jr. up in their necks with Keyshawn Davis. That's the fight to make. They're both signed with Top Rank. Big fight on the Zone. My goodness, I know they want that. I know the Zone would like that. Let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel, bringing it to you, and I'm out.